Good morning, everyone. So, very exciting. We're spending the day setting up and restringing some of my guitars. Some of these you've seen before, some of them you haven't seen before. But what's very exciting is we have a new guitar coming in the next 2 days, and I thought, well, a few people have been asking me for demos of all of my guitars, so I thought maybe we'll just do one video with all of them in it. That should be really fun. But today, the whole point of today is to record the final solo for track 4. Let's grab some coffee. Let's get recording. Alrighty, so chores are done, daily piano, guitar, singing, covers, all of that awesome practice stuff is done. I've got the coffee in hand. I am ready to go. So what you're looking at now is the 3rd track on my album. It used to be track 4, but it's now track 3. And I'll just show you a quick screen cap. So there's a lot of stuff going on. There's some piano, electric guitar, lots of multi-layered leads, and you've got flutes and horns and violin, different sections, clarinets, more violins, cellos, violas, double basses, a lot of stuff going on. So what we're focusing on today is the final 50 seconds, this final solo section. That's what we're focusing on right now. It's a 50 seconds. I know it sounds like a long time, but it's a 6-minute song. So it's just the final chorus, sort of a big sort of solo there. I'm going to show you all the different ideas that we've got. The reason why it's taking so long is one of my musical high school teachers told me that you know, it's sometimes when you approach ideas like this, it's like you've made the icing for a cake. So you've made the outer layer, you know, the icing part, you've made that first, and you're trying to cram the cake inside. It's so hard, it's almost impossible. It's way easier to build up the ingredients for the cake and then to put the icing on top. So basically what I'm meaning when I say that is I've already got all of these different layers. I'm going to play them for you right now. I've got, you know, different chorus sort of melody lines, different octave higher melody lines, different rhythm sections. I've got so much going on. Trying to fit a solo on top of that is so hard because there's so many different sounds going on. I don't have like, it's not like you've got a painting and you've got a little space left over. No, someone's put a painting on top of a painting on top of a painting. So I know this is going to take me hours today, but we really need to get there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, as I'm working on it, I'm going to show you how it sounds without any melody, then with one melody, with 2 melodies, and then with this solo idea that we're trying to put on the top. But that's my job for today. Let's check it out. So building it up, this is the end chorus with just piano, some nice strings. There's no sort of chunky rhythm guitar going on. There's no leads. Let's just check that out. This is the same section, but let's add some sort of chunky rhythm guitar. Now let's add one chorus melody. And another chorus melody. Now it still feels like it needs something. It's certainly much better with rhythm guitar. It's much better with one of the melodies panned to one side, one panned to another, one being an octave higher. That's certainly building to something, but it sounds like it just needs something through the middle. But it's just taking so long, but I'm gonna show you a few of my different ideas. Let's do it. We're back. Now it's been a few hours, but has this happened to you? Have you been in a creative rut and you just keep sort of feeling like you're banging your head against the wall and you can't do it, you can't play fast enough, you can't think of that melody, you can't write that progression, you can't do anything, everything's too hard, you just grab a guitar, you just throw it out the window, you don't want to do it anymore, right? So sometimes just changing your perspective, just standing up if you can, just going into another room, going and playing outside, just doing something a little bit differently can really, really help. I always think that if something's really hard and it feels like you're sort of banging your head against the wall and it feels like it's impossible, you can never do it, that's when you're in it. That's when you're in that moment. You need to just keep fighting through. Take a quick break, put the guitar down, make some notes, like write some things down, some different ideas. I wish I could do this, or this would sound good, but I can't quite play it. Or even just take a walk and don't think about music for 10, 15 minutes, but come back, really just sort of take the time and don't ever leave like a practice or a writing session feeling frustrated, because that will always be in the back of your mind. So next time when you go to record, you'll think, ugh, I don't want to have that feeling again. So try and work out some sort of a win. So for me, right now, I've got a few different ideas, some sort of shreddy stuff that I'm not 100% sold on, and some more melodic stuff that I really like. So I'm gonna try and sort of combine the two, but even if I don't get this take done today, I'm gonna have a great blueprint that I know I can just pick apart tomorrow and get this thing done tomorrow. But that would be my big bit of advice if you're writing, if you're practicing, if you're recording. When it gets too much, you physically can't play anymore, or your mind just feels like it's going to explode, just take that time, take a little break, move around, play something a bit differently, come back, or even just make notes about how you're going to approach it the next day. But don't let your sort of practice or recording session finish on a low note. Always try and finish on a high point, so when you come back the next day or the next week, you think, yeah, I'm ready to go, I'm excited, I know this is going to be better. Okay, let's check out some ideas. So after half an hour jamming over those same sort of 4 bars, I came up with a few different ideas and I really like them, so we're gonna listen to them now. But just remember, if you're in a practicing, writing, recording, whatever it is, just move up, try and do it a little bit differently, go for a walk, come back, write some notes down, don't finish on a low note. Make sure you always finish on a high, so you're excited to come back. Thank you so much for joining me for this adventure. We're gonna hear other different ideas that I've got going now. I won't show the end because I wanna save that for the actual album, but let's check it out. Thanks so much for joining me for today.